The Tesla showroom was buzzing with energy as customers marveled at the futuristic vehicles on display. Salespeople moved swiftly, attending to potential buyers dressed in expensive suits and designer clothes. Among the crowd, a man in worn-out jeans, a faded hoodie, and a scruffy beard entered quietly. His presence went unnoticed as he ran his fingers over the sleek exterior of a Tesla Model S. The man, Keanu Reeves, was on a secret mission. He had heard whispers about a troubling issue at this dealership, claims of biased treatment toward customers based on appearance. Today, he was here to see the truth for himself. He approached a salesman who was chatting with a wealthy-looking couple. "Excuse me," Keanu said politely. The salesman barely glanced at him before turning back to the couple, continuing his pitch about premium upgrades. Keanu cleared his throat and tried again. "I'd love to learn more about this model." The salesman sighed, then turned with an annoyed expression. "Sir, these cars start at over $80,000. Maybe check the used car lot down the street?" Keanu raised an eyebrow. "I'm interested in buying today," he responded unfazed. The salesman smirked. "Right, and I'm the CEO of Tesla." The showroom burst into quiet chuckles as other employees and customers sneered at the so-called homeless man trying to buy a luxury car. But little did they know, they were moments away from the shock of their lives. Keanu remained calm as he glanced around the showroom. A woman in a sharp blazer was being showered with attention by another salesperson as she admired the exact same model he had inquired about. No one had questioned her ability to buy. He turned back to the dismissive salesman. "So, you won't even show me the car?" The salesman crossed his arms. "Look, man, these cars aren't for—" Before he could finish, another voice interrupted. "I can help you, sir." A younger employee, no older than 25, stepped forward. His name tag read, Jake. "If you're interested, I'd be happy to walk you through the specs." The other employees exchanged amused glances, whispering behind Jake's back, but he ignored them. Keanu smiled. "I'd love that." As Jake guided him through the showroom, explaining each feature with enthusiasm, Keanu took mental notes, not just about the cars, but about the treatment he had received compared to other customers. It was clear that, to most of the staff, wealth wasn't about character, it was about appearance. After a thorough tour, Jake asked, "Would you like to take it for a test drive?" Keanu stroked his beard, pretending to hesitate. "Actually, I'd like to buy it, right now." Jake's eyes widened, but before he could respond, the dismissive salesman from earlier burst into laughter. "Oh, this is gonna be good," he chuckled. "You're gonna pay how exactly? With pocket change?" The room erupted into low murmurs of amusement, but in the next moment, Keanu reached into his pocket, and what he pulled out left. Everyone speechless. Keanu placed a black metal card on the counter, an Array American Express Centurion card, or the ultra-exclusive card reserved for the wealthiest individuals in the world. The salesman's smirk vanished instantly. The manager, who had been watching from a distance, suddenly rushed over. "Wait, sir." Keanu held up a hand. "I'm not interested in hearing excuses." He turned to Jake. "You were the only one here who treated me with respect, so I'd like you to handle this purchase." Jake hesitated, glancing nervously at his manager, who was now sweating bullets. "Of course, sir," Jake stammered, stepping behind the counter. As he processed the payment, the other employees stood frozen, their faces pale. The rude salesman who had mocked Keanu minutes ago was now shifting uncomfortably, realizing the massive mistake he had made. But Keanu wasn't finished. He looked at the manager. "Tell me, do you train your employees to judge customers based on their clothes?" The manager stuttered, searching for words. No, sir, of course not. This was just a misunderstanding." Keanu nodded. "Good, because I'd hate to see what happens if this misunderstanding went viral." At that moment, several customers who had witnessed the entire incident discreetly held up their phones, recording. The staff knew exactly what that meant. If this footage got out, the dealership's reputation could be ruined. But then, Keanu did something that left everyone in shock. He turned to Jake and smiled. "You've got integrity. I like that." Then he reached into his pocket again and pulled out a second Centurion card. He placed it in Jake's hand. "This is for you." Jake blinked. "Sir, I don't understand." Keanu leaned in. "It's a personal gift. Use it for whatever you need. Your education, your dreams, your future." The room was dead silent. The other employees who had dismissed Keanu earlier now watched with jealous eyes as Jake trembled, holding what was SMY